May your old life be crucified.
Que ta vie soit crucifiée.
You will not go back to that old life.
Tu ne retournes pas à cette
I am not hearing somebody. You cannot live in Christ and you are still going to society. You are still going to boyfriend. You are still going to alcohol. You are still going to the old life. You must crucify your old life.
It doesn't work that way. But look at me. We must have a heart. We must have a desire to fill the place with people that are ready to serve God. You must have a vision. We'll talk about that. The reason why some of their sins are not growing, you don't have a vision. There's nothing born in your heart. That's why the assemblies are not growing. When you have a vision, you do something new. You do something extra. You work extra. You pray extra. When you have a vision, something will drive you. No one will understand. Something must drive you. Something must take your sleep away from you. I'm not hearing somebody. Something must make you look at your wife and say, honey, today I'm not touching you. I like you go quiet when we talk about those things. You act as you don't understand. Are you getting me, somebody? Something must make you say, honey, you look so beautiful, but today I'm not touching you. Are you getting me, somebody? Something must make you look at your bed and say, bed, tonight we are enemies. If I see you, it will be in the morning. Are you getting me, somebody? Oh, you're not talking to me right now. The vision will drive you. A vision will give you strength. Lift up your hands and say, Father, put a vision in my heart. Let me embrace the vision of scriptures. Let me embrace what you've shown to me. Let me embrace what you've given to my life. Let me embrace what you have given to my spiritual father, that will run with this vision. In the name of Christ of Nazareth, that will run, be propelled, be pushed, be energized by this vision. Lord, may we break limits. Give us vision that breaks limits. Give us vision that crosses lines. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, may I not remain like this. May your work in my hand not remain like this. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Pray for 1 minute. Pray loud. No, pray loud. Pray louder for 1 minute. In James 3, verse 14 to 18, the Bible speaks of two categories of wisdom. The wisdom that descends from above and the wisdom that is earthly. Let's read verse 14 and 15. It says, but if you have bitter envy and strife in your hearts, glory not and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish. So it means there is a wisdom that descends from above, and there's a wisdom that is earthly. Okay? There's a wisdom that comes from the realms of the earth. May God cause us to walk in divine wisdom. Your amen is not healthy. May God cause us to walk in wisdom that's from above. But equally so, there's a vision that is from above, and there's a vision that is from beneath. There's a vision that comes from God. Paul says, I was not disobedient unto the heavenly vision. You must know the source of your vision. Are you understanding this, somebody? Oh, come on. I've never had this part of it. I know that Apostle Jen served under his mother as a minister of God and as a woman, a woman walking in prophetic grace, but I don't know it was for 32 years. Are you understanding me, somebody? But you see, she had to understand that he had to understand, he knew something, that the vision of the mother was from above. Otherwise, he would not have submitted to it for 32 years of his life. And the mother only died this year. As a matter of fact, just buried us 3 months ago. In August. Hallelujah. Glory be to God. Listen. You must connect to the vision that's from above. Because when we say you must have vision, people now begin to find vision from all kinds of places. Without vision, you'll be limited with what has limited others. You'll be within the same level of past generations. You'll never break through into something great. You'll never go into something major. It says, where there is no vision, what will happen? The people would perish. Another translation says, they'll walk aimlessly. They'll live carelessly. They'll just be moving, just be going. Just be going. This happens today over there, you are there. That happens over there, you are there. Something they said this, you have gone for it. You must be able to know, what am I here for? What is the thing that I'm supposed to do? You must walk in clear objectivity. This is why I live. This is why I'm existing. Amen. So I don't have time to break it down for the wisdom. You can look at those verses and you can see the nature of the wisdom that comes from beneath. But in verse 15, it begins to give us insight. It is earthly, it is sensual, it is devilish. So let me give you some characteristics quickly of earthly and carnal vision. Number one, it comes from the flesh and the will of man. In John 1 verse 12 and 13, the Bible says, but as many as received him, to them gave he power to become what? The sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. Verse 14. John 1 verse 13. Which were born not of blood, not of the will of the flesh, not of the will of man, but of God. You must understand that your salvation, you were born of God. Put your hand on your chest, say, I was born of God. Tell someone, say, God started my journey and God must complete it. Or can you say louder? Amen. You are saved by God. You are saved by the will of God. Now that you're saved, don't allow anyone else out there. Don't allow any flesh to take charge. The vision that comes, the vision that is earthly, it comes from the flesh. You look at what you can do. You look at what is nice. You look at where things are shining. That is how people have chosen where to start their church. They have operated purely like Lot. Abraham says, the land is before us, choose. And Lot looked at the things that visibly looked good. They looked nice. That's how Christians have wasted their lives. They've looked at what looked nice. This thing looks promising. This area, if I go here, I will do well. If I go here, I'll gain fame. I'll have money. And they have neglected where God wanted them to be. The earthly vision is based on what you see, what you observe, information around you. And then you build up vision from it. Number two, it is selfish and self-focused. Your vision is, what can I get? Where would I prosper? Where would I do well? Where would I be known? Where would I have more money? Where is it convenient? Apostle Jean, there are people who tried to invite from Ghana before, they didn't come. For some reasons. Number one, they did not follow to understand that the war had finished. And they thought they were still fighting. But I've had Ghanaian friends who have come in when there was election. They've come in the midst of things. They've been here. They've come in. But there are others that said, how is the war? And they didn't come. There are others also that said, oh, you have to cross the sea. And they don't have, I think, much of that there in crossing some areas. So to cross the sea, to enter, that was the end of invitation. And they produced different excuses. You understand? Some people have asked, what is the size of your church? So, is the size of your church going to make a nice picture for my television program? So, when I show it on, they must see that the place was, I was in the midst of crowds and big crowds. Also, is the size of your church going to guarantee me a decent honorarium? And that's it. Your vision must not come from what is populous. There are a lot of people here. There's a lot of potential there. Look at me, somebody. God can send you into a desert and you can do a mighty work there. I am not hearing you, somebody. God can send you into a dry place. I salute my friend, Bishop Entafu. His father sent him into a place, an awkward place. An awkward place. I went there when he just moved. Today there are thousands gathering in that place. Look at me, somebody. You are going to cross every limit. I am not hearing you, somebody. You are going to cross the limit by vision. I am not hearing you, somebody. You are crossing the limit by vision. You are not going to walk by the flesh. Your vision will not come from all this selfish, self-focus. What am I going to do well? How is it going to work out for me? You're going to do what God wants to do. Number 3, the earthly vision, its success is based on the strength of man. The success is based on the strength of man. Luke 5 verse 4 and 5. Christ tells Peter, cast your net. Peter says, we are here, Lord, in this place, we have toiled all night. Listen to me, somebody, and we're about to lay hands on some people. I declare to you, you have toiled all night and you have not made any headway. But today, by the grace of God, you're going to make headway. Something is going to change. We have been working for years in our churches, and they are at certain sizes. It is over. The story is changing now. We are talking about growing the kingdom. You cannot talk about growing the kingdom without growing the church. Are you understanding me, somebody? We are going to grow the church. We are going to multiply people. We are going to send them to every corner. We are going to send them to every town. In the name of Christ of Nazareth, we are going to multiply. Look at me. Listen, this thing shall not be by human flesh, by human strength. We have toiled all night, walked, nothing has changed. Say, but nevertheless at thy word. Someone say, at thy word. Say louder, say, at thy word. So tonight, this morning, I speak over you. You are going to fulfill apostolic and leadership assignment. You are going to fulfill assignment to take and conquer territories, to bring leadership, to open barren grounds. You are going to break through into difficult areas, and you are going to provide leadership. Oh, I am not hearing you, somebody. You are called to lead. You are called to rule. You are called that others will look up to you. Set your mind. I don't care your age. If you are old, say, I will not die like this. Before I die, I shall carry great influence. If you are young, say, the future is ahead of me. I am taking it now. Someone say, now. I don't like your answer. Say, now I take my future. Say, now I take leadership. Say, now I take apostolic assignment. I am not like others. Oh, come and tell somebody, say, I am God of God. No one must call me common. God told Peter, don't call anything I've cleansed common. You may have just been saved right now, but you're not common. Oh, I am not hearing you. When I got saved, I came among believers who were saved before me for years, and I watched the way they were living. I said, I am not common. I said, I am not like these ones. I was young amongst them. I was new amongst them. They despised me. They treated me funny. When I became pastor, when they say, pastor, stand up. When I stood up, they'll treat me badly, and I'll sit down until my wife is there and ask. She'll tell you, when they say, pastor, stand, I'll not stand anymore. I was tired of embarrassment. I said, it's okay. I don't have to prove to anybody. I have got an assignment. Tell someone, I've got an assignment. A number of those who despise me are not around. A number of those who despise me are looking up to me today. I see you going far. I see you going far. I see you doing great works for God. Tell somebody, say, the vision is not based on human strength. It's not based on human resources. Reverend Baba, if you base your faith on human resources, you cannot do big things. Because the things that God is saying to you, right now, there are churches we have built, we are building. Some of them we have gone far, some of them we have not gone far. But look at me, I'm looking for more land, and I'll start new foundations. While the others are not finished yet, we will start new foundations. Everything I start shall be finished. Oh, I'm not hearing you, somebody. Everything you start shall be finished. You just get the land and we'll start. We put one pillar. That one pillar will give you assurance the thing shall be finished. It shall not be done by human strength. Look, I mean, refuse to be a pastor that has not built. Refuse to be a pastor that has not built. Refuse to be a pastor that has only built one congregation, only built one assembly. From today you shall build multiple congregations. I said, receive grace, receive vision. You shall build multiple congregations. You shall go from town to town. You shall go from nation to nation. Are you understanding me, somebody? Because God put you under authority does not mean He made you to be small. In fact, when God wants you to be greater, He puts you under a man. So whatever the man becomes, at least you can receive double. Whatever you have seen in my life, receive grace to do double. Look at me, this is an apostolic atmosphere. Receive impartation now. And don't just shout amen, but receive it with a mindset. Receive it with a change of mind. That in the name of Jesus Christ, I am doing double. I cannot live and die like this. The 2 Chronicles 32 verse 7. Come on now, come on, let's go fast. Be strong and what? Courageous.
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid. Not dismayed.
For the king of Assyria.
For the king of Assyria, yes.
Not for all the multitude that is with him.
Yes.
For there be more with us than with him.
Tell someone they're more with me. Tell somebody, say right now you might see a few members in my church. Don't fool yourself. They are more with me. Say, and I'm going to harvest them. Christ says there are others, the other flock I have. You haven't seen them yet, but they are coming. The Jews were like, what are you talking about? Today there's no way the number of Jews by birth can compare with the number of Gentiles that have become Jews in the spirit. The number of Jews right now, they are fewer compared to all of us. All of us, we are Jews by spiritual birth. Guys told them, he said, I've got other flock. I announced to you pastors, be careful the way you're playing around. I have got other pastors, you are soon going to see them. All right, you are about to see pastors that will shock you. You pastors that are just making cool and calm. You are about to see a generation of pastors that are aggressive, that are fierce. Their faces are like, they are set like a flint. Nothing can shake them. You're about to see a new crop of young people that stand there and they are building works. That stand there, they are raising the dead. Stand there, they are gathering crowds. Are you understanding me, somebody? I don't need to fight to gather them for meeting. I want to give one clip and say, guys, come. They'll come in their numbers. They'll come with their troops. Get ready to sit. So you better make a change. You better change your approach. Change your vision. Look at me, somebody say, change your vision. Change your posture. Look at me, because I'm a warrior, I've learned to determine people. There's some guys that don't talk. My wife will tell you, I don't have time much. When I have time, I watch boxing. And at times from the beginning of the match, I tell her who would win. A warrior must identify some things. Look at me, someone. I'm saying to you, if you don't change what I'm seeing in you, I am not seeing a winning material. You are too calm to be a winner. You are too docile to be a winner. In as much as the thing is not by human strength, God needs to see something in you. God looks at David and says, he's a man after my own heart. I identify with something in him. The boy will look at a lion and say, you lion, are you the one threatening my flock? He will tear the lion apart. Listen to me, look at me. The lion came, the bear came from flock. Pastors, I'm sending you out to the Christians, members, church workers, I'm sending you out today. Every one of our members that's gone into any other congregation, I tell you that congregation is a lion and a bear. We are going to deliver our flock from them. I am not hearing somebody. I am sending you out to certain mandates. Mandate yesterday was to go into communities, to go and infiltrate, to conquer places. Now I am sending you to go and fight against the lions. Look at me, somebody. Whoever, no matter how the person can preach, so long as they've tampered with one of our members, they are a lion and a bear. We are going, and I'm not talking about yours, we are going for our lions and a bear. These are the days that you are going to enter into congregation. Enter and look around and pick up your member and say, Bishop sent me for you. You better go out before I cause confusion there. You better leave here before I set trouble here. You better leave. I'm not hearing you, somebody. Listen, I'm saying this. When I was undergoing persecution from my mother, and she don't understand, and I packed out eventually. She said, go, 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 go. Eventually, I took my small mat, and I escaped. She took me out. Quit like men. When I went, I was staying in a friend's house at Hanabenga Street, corner, behind somewhere. You cannot know it. One room. And then, bathroom was outside some general bathroom somewhere. And I think whether it was God who spoke for me or somebody told my mother, I think you've done wrong. I think you've exposed that young man. I think you need to go get him. You said. And then at some point, my mother was looking for me. I wasn't bothered. She spent years driving me out of my house. I'll sleep on the step. I'll sleep in garage. I wanted one testimony. Because my brothers had to move out of the house to go stay at my uncle's place when they were supposed to sit their O-level exams because of poverty. For me, I said, my mother has worked for me. I would not sit my O-level exam in a better house. Whatever condition is in the house, I will stay there and I'll sit my exams. So I stayed there, eating rice and sugar, rice and pawpaw. I said, whatever she eats, I'll eat it. I will stay in this house. So when I finished the exam and they said, go, and she drove me again, I said, now I can go. I went. One day, I came out of this room, out of this corner that you cannot find. My mother was there. She had located the corner. From who she got information till today, she's dead. I forgot to ask her. I don't know how she traced the house and found the corner. I said, corner, oh. And when she went, she said, we are going home today. But it was a lion meeting a lion. I said, ah. And I remembered all the stuff, all the hunger, all the whatever. I said, no, I'm not going. She said, today, we are going back home. I said, no, I'm not going. She said, today, we are going back home. And then I remembered that for the past days, we have been living on gari and hello. At least rice and sugar, water and milk is better than gari and palm oil and so on. So I said, let me try some negotiation. I said, if I'm going back to that house, it means that you'll never again stop me to go to church. She said, come back. I said, it means that you never again hinder me to go for fellowship. She said, come back. I said, deal. I went back. She never stopped me again. Simple. Now at least she knows that this one, he is ready, because she went and saw the corner. And she saw how low, how bad the place was. Because she never believed that I could move from her house to go to any slump. But now she saw that this one, this thing he has said, he can stay anywhere. Since that day, when I went back, I met food on the table. I said, me, food. She said, that's your food, go eat. I said, it's not a trap, do not get me. I was hungry. So I passed by. What I'm saying to you, God is my witness, I'm not lying. I passed by and then nobody said anything. So then I sat on the chair. I didn't touch the food, I just sat there. Because I thought she was going to come out and someone would come and say, look at. So I sat there, nobody said anything. Then I opened the plate, I left it. I was still waiting to see what happened. Nobody spoke. After a while, then I took one spoon. Nobody spoke. I took two. I took three. I finished it. I said, thank you, Lord, for deliverance. Look at me, somebody. Jesus, God is with you. Those that be with you are more than those that be against you. I am not hearing somebody. You are going to serve God. You are going to go to difficult places. Don't be afraid. And don't be discouraged. Discouragement is a major killer of destinies. Many great ministries are dead because the people are discouraged. Things not seem to be working and they close down. I remember a quick story. Not a quick story, story of a certain man who went to start a church in a city that was like a barren city in America. Nothing working. He obeyed God. He fought and fought and fought and fought and fought and bought land and built. And then one day, a certain man came to church, and the man sat in front row crying. And he said, okay, I'm going to talk with him. The Holy Ghost has convicted him. God told him, don't talk to him. He was shocked. A man comes into a church. He's on the front row. He's crying like this. Evidently, conviction. God says, I must not talk to him. Okay. He doesn't talk to him. The second week, the man came back. The man sat there again, just crying. And he said, okay, today I will talk to him. God says, don't talk to him. Third week, God, what is this? And then one day the man came to him and said, Pastor, can I talk with you? He said, yes. At least he was happy. God, I did not go to meet him. He came to meet me. He said, come into the office. And when he came to the office, the man sat in front of him and said, Pastor, I want to tell you that this building, this church is my church, is my building. And the pastor said, it is that no wonder. So he was a madman. That is why God said, I must not talk to him. Now I've accepted him in my office. And he's telling me rubbish. But then the man did something. The man said, so he asked him, I said, what do you mean? Then the man took out a plan, opened the plan. When the pastor saw the plan, he jacked. The plan was about the exact building he had built. Just little differences. He looked at the date on the plan. It was years before he came to the city. He asked the man, he said, what is this? He said, what is this? Because you don't understand. The date showed that the man had the plan before he came to the city. And when he got his plan, he got it from God. So how can you have the plan that God gave me and your date is before my date? For this city. And the man with tears said, God sent me to this city many years ago. And God told me I should build this building. It's like I came and I walked. And I walked. And I walked. Nothing seemed to be working. And I closed down. I left. He said, I came to visit the city and I saw the building. That's why I entered. Look at me. If you give up, the dream you had, somebody will build it. Let me tell you about this building. A certain pastor used to be here. He has left. And one day we went, he was with me in a church in London. And afterwards we were walking to the train station. And the pastor, I don't know how the conversation came about. And was saying, Daddy, God is wonderful. You know, the fact that you came and then you did the building. So I was like, what's he talking about? I said, what do you mean I did the building? He said, yes, you just follow the same plan. I said, follow what plan? Then he turned to me and said, Daddy. He said, I'm talking about Victoria Street. I said, what do you mean? I had the plan. I designed it. I gave to the guardsman. He do it. What do you mean? He said, Daddy, you don't know the history of that place. I said, what? Then he told me. He said, these believers I used to work for were given the land. And they drew a building just like this. He said, but somehow they could not continue. And the man took it back from them. He said, I thought you knew. I thought it was the plan that you used. The thing that you think is your idea, it is from God. Oh, I'm not hearing somebody. The thing you think it is your imagination, it is from God. If you don't do it, God will raise somebody else that will do it.
I still can give you wisdom that the rulers of the earth don't have. Receive wisdom from God.